Can Zhen Huan, blessed with both beauty and talent, truly outshine all in the imperial harem and enjoy everlasting favor? Everyone knelt down to congratulate me, and Xiao Yunzi with tears in his eyes said, "Congratulations, young mistress. Your hard times have finally turned to sweet." Tears glimmered in everyone's eyes, but I smiled and said, "Today is a happy day, why cry?" Then, looking at Xiao Yunzi, I said, "Now that you've made something of yourself, you must do well in your duties. You're still young. Learn more from Attendant Shui and don't just be slick with words. You need to learn to be steady." Xiao Yunzi solemnly promised. I said, "I am tired," and then dismissed them. I walked leisurely into the West Warm Pavilion, and my hidden worries gradually surfaced. Could it be that I can't avoid the tumultuous palace intrigues? Or is it predestined that my partner in life is the emperor? The endless struggles within the palace walls truly frighten and trouble me. I am acutely aware that from the moment the emperor spoke up today, I am no longer the same one noble lady in Tongli Palace, hiding from the world due to illness. It must be known throughout the harem by now that I have become the emperor's new favorite. Having been promoted to concubine without having served in his bed yet, and being carried back to the palace by the emperor himself, I'm probably the subject of much speculation and discussion among the other concubines. However, I am not entirely displeased. The person I love is the only one in this world who truly loves me back, and I no longer have to suppress my feelings. But this affection forces me into the endless strife of the harem. Whether to embrace this affection or not is no longer something either Xianling or I can control. He treats me with such favor, and can I truly let go of him? I once prayed for a devoted partner to never part till our hair turns white, but my devoted one happens to be the most unattainable person in the world, with too many choices at his disposal. Looking out the window at the spring scenery, my thoughts are tangled like a mess. As I was lost in thought, Mei Zhuang and Ling Rong came in hand, Mei Zhuang's face was flushed with excitement, and she grasped my hand tightly, crying with joy, "Finally you have your day." Ling Rong hurriedly bowed to me, saying, "Greetings to concubine Huan." I quickly helped her up, saying, "What is this? There's no need for such formalities." Ling Rong said with a smile, "Sister Mei is ecstatic, but I'm still in my senses. Rules must be followed, otherwise, those who know will say you're magnanimous and don't sweat the small stuff, but those who don't will think I'm ungrateful." The three of us sat down, and Huan Bai brought in tea and asked after our well-being. Mei Zhuang laughed. "Good, with your mistress's success, the servants in this palace have also risen." Ling Rong chided, "Sister, how did you become concubine Huan without a whisper? You kept it so well hidden. Not a hint of a rumor." I laughed. "Dear sister, I really didn't know either. It was just a chance encounter with the emperor in the Shangling garden." Mei Zhuang joked, "There's an old saying, silent but deadly, and that must be about you. I was in the palace, hearing the news and thought it was a rumor." Ling Rong added, "It was only when Li Neishi from the emperor's side passed down the decree that we believed it. We hurriedly dragged Sister Mei here to congratulate you." She turned to Mei Zhuang. "I was right, wasn't I? We are the first to come." Mei Zhuang laughed. The flower tally drawn that night really meant something. "It's you who has gained favor." Then, glancing around and lowering her voice, she asked, "Has the emperor visited your bedchamber?" I couldn't help blushing, and Ling Rong did too. I looked down and scolded, "Sister, how can you ask such a thing? Just tell us, there's nothing to be shy about among sisters." I shook my head. Mei Zhuang in surprise said, "Really? You're not deceiving me?" Blushing, I whispered, "How could I serve in his bedchamber while still ill?" Mei Zhuang clapped her hands and said, "The emperor truly values you. Being promoted without having served in his bedchamber is probably rare since the founding of the Great Zhou." I didn't share Mei Zhuang's enthusiasm and, after a moment of silence, said, "It's precisely because I was promoted without having served in his bedchamber that this excessive favor might actually be ominous." Ling Rong also frowned and said, "I'm afraid there are already people stirring in the shadows." Mei Zhuang's expression darkened slightly, and after pondering for a moment she said, "Now that you are deeply favored by the emperor, they wouldn't dare do much to you. As long as your favor remains and you act cautiously, there shouldn't be any harm." She then asked, "I heard that Lady Yu was suddenly fallen out of favor and demoted to the lowest rank of attendant. almost at the same time as your promotion was announced. Is there any connection? I sighed and said, it was indeed her insult towards me in Shangling Garden that caught the emperor's attention. Mei Zhuang raised an eyebrow and let out a cold, light laugh, saying, seeing her arrogant demeanor, daring to insult a noble higher in rank than herself, she really brought it upon herself. Ling Rong added, this is even better. With her as an example, no one will dare to provoke you easily. I was still worried. What if this backfires and I lose favor? Wouldn't that implicate the entire Zhen family? Mei Zhuang took my hand, speaking earnestly. At this point, it's probably beyond your ability to avoid. You've already attracted attention, and if you try to escape now, you'll only be at others' mercy in the future. She squeezed my hand a little harder. Besides, having the emperor's protection is surely better than being alone, right? Ling Rong patted my hand to comfort me. Sister, don't worry. What's most important now is to recover and become the true concubine Huan. Mei Zhuang's eyes sparkled with a bright light as she nodded. Ling Rong is right. As long as the three of us sisters stand together, we can remain unyielding in the harem.
Follow us to avoid getting lost and enjoy endless exciting stories. For more content, please go to the Story Wall homepage to view more exciting novels.